That right there is going to be my only inspiration. Nothing more, nothing less. What's up, creepers and geekers? Chris, the Atari Creep. How's everyone doing today, guys? Not too long ago, you may or may not recall, I received a care package from our good buddy, the No Swear Gamer, and within that package was this garage kit, a homemade model kit from another one of our friends, RK. Now, I say that I don't know much about RK himself. I do know him through Willie of Arcade USA. In fact, I believe Willie posted a video of RK talking about this very kit and putting it together on his channel. And if I do find that video, I will put the link in the bottom right corner at the end of this video. So please go ahead and check that out. And if I recall correctly, I think he mentioned maybe doing other little mini model kits based off of video game stuff. And RK, if you're watching this, or Willie, please forward this to him. If you did make any, or you still plan on making any, I would love an opportunity of building each and every one of them. Of course, I would pay for them, and I will feature them here on this channel in a family-friendly manner so that you can share it if you'd like, or just enjoy it for yourself. But either way, as long as it's within this generation or so, up to, like, you know, I guess the 7800 video game model kit, I would love to have a whole shelf with the cartridges, you know, and of course that's how I'm going to display this one. But regardless, obviously this one's based off of Moon Patrol, but he had to call it Lunar Cruiser for obvious reasons. If you're going to sell a product, try not to, you know, infringe on trademarks and get your butt sued. But I have had this for a little while. I think it's time. We popped it open, looked at all of its parts, and then went through my paint box and see what we have and where we're going to go from there. All right, guys. So here's everything that was in my bag. Simple. Not much to this, and I love that. I absolutely love that. This is perfect for a great rainy afternoon. Here's the base itself, the lunar surface. These parts, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but these parts were 3D printed at one time. And it almost feels like he's done some prep work, and I can't imagine he would print up a whole bunch of these and then do prep work on each and every one of them. And if that's what you did, man, wow, more power to you. This is a really great base, and I think this is what's going to make the whole thing. Here's the actual moon buggy itself. Not much to the detail, but what details are there look great. Nothing is hidden. Again, same thing with the prep work. It almost looks like it was prepped before put into the baggie and or casted that way. Thank him for that. Here's our UFO that we are going to figure out a way to attach it. I don't know if this was meant to just be like glued on the corner or something like this here. I'm probably going to try to find like a clear stir stick and put it a little bit more like right above the buggy itself. But we'll figure that out when we figure it out. And last, of course, we have the axles. Really great detail on such a small part. So those are the parts that we have to work with. A simple kit, nothing too crazy. Now there is this right here, and if I remember correctly, he used to have like a little separate printed thing that said Moon Patrol that you would paint separately and then glue onto here. But I think for obvious reasons he's left those out, especially if he's going to try to sell these. And yeah, that's a big no-no. So I totally get that. So we'll figure out something either with this. Maybe I'll just get rid of it entirely. We'll see. Either way. And as previously noted, this is going to be my inspiration. This art right here. I'm not going to look at other box art. I'm not going to look at the arcade. I'm not going to look at the games themselves. I'm just going to go with this right here. Exactly what I would have had when I was younger. And all the elements are there. We have the buggy. We have the landscape. And we have the UFO. And I believe, hopefully, I shall have most of these colors. If not, I'm going to Michael's today for another project anyway. And I'll pick up what we need. So I ended up picking up this spiced pumpkin anyway. I was there. I was getting the color for the wheels, so why not, right? I think it's a great match. In fact, look at the train in there, train in here. And once it dries, I'm going to hit it up with this, just a wash of burnt umber. And maybe do some highlights with this again. No, we'll see. I think it looks great, though. Perfect color. Alright, and after a wash with burnt umber and water, now we're going to work on the mountainscape. I really love the detail in the mountains. First with a little black, and some dark purple, and a lighter purple, two more lighter colors of purple, and the mountains are done. And in between drying times, I've been doing the wheels here. The axles I'm keeping black, and I actually went to Michael's to get this neon blue specifically for these wheels. So, and I think that's working out pretty well. This is coat 1. It's going to take 2 or 3 to completely cover it, but we're on track. Can't forget about the flying saucer. Alright, so now it's time to paint the actual buggy itself. Now I have this sour apple green here. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure after a dark wash it'll look fine. I mean, I have to do the same with the wheels. But I'm just going to start with this and then we'll just go from there. Actually, I think it's going to work. It seems a little, I don't know what to say. Seems a little more neon-y in the camera for some reason than it does in person. But with a wash and some silver highlights, this is going to work really well. Alright, I can't do one of these videos without at least giving you one little tip. You got a little spot like these bolts and nuts and hubs and stuff that need painting. Sand down the edge of a toothpick. Use that just to tap on the paint. There you go. Here's your tip for the day. So I got a little bit of black on here, and if you're going to do anything silver, you might as well start with a black base and then dry brush it slowly into the area. It just seems to look a little bit better that way, a little more realistic. Alright, there we go. Would you look at that? It's a solid thing now. Let's get her on our base. Now we just need to figure out how and where to attach this. I do have an idea though. So I have a whole bunch of these sandwich sticks, these swords, if you will. And I thought, you know what if I cut it off right here, maybe glued one end in the crater, and then we could put the UFO on the other end, and it looked like it's flying overhead, just like a missed shot. It almost got the buggy, but not quite. Let me play around with that. I chose yellow because I didn't have clear. I have yellow, kind of a pinkish, and then a blue. And I thought this just made more sense. So let me play around with this, and hopefully here we'll reveal the final model. Alright guys, one last look at our reference material, and I gotta say I tried to stick to that as faithful as I could, and I have to say, in my humble opinion, mission accomplished. Now after all was said and done, I did add some silver highlights to some edging here to give it some paint wear, and as a result I think I need to make it a little bit more grimy. It looks a little too shiny at this point, but overall I am extremely happy with how this kit came out. You know, even though the kit was a simple kit, sometimes they can be challenging as far as getting the aesthetic of it correctly. And again, there's still some tweaks I need to do to it. But overall, it was a fun kit. It went together pretty simple. There was nothing too complicated about it. And again, most of it's all in the paint and having fun. And speaking of which, when I did go to the store to get the blue for the wheels, I am so glad I chose to get that spiced or pumpkin color for the base. It just made it a world of difference as far as not having to mix my own color. It was perfect. It was perfect right out of the bottle. 1 or 2 quick washes with some burnt umber diluted with water, and it was ready to rock and roll. Now as far as the mounds are concerned, we started with black, and then we did a real dark purple across all of it, just kind of brushing over it, not necessarily dry brushing, but brushing over it, so some of the black stayed in the crevices. And then we got lighter and lighter and lighter with the purples, and I think having the patience to do that paid off. And I don't know if you've noticed, but as I got lighter, I did it higher and higher. Now if you look at the reference picture, there's some whites in that one, and maybe it's frost and snow and all that stuff. I didn't want to put that in my landscape. I just wanted to do the purples and just make it look cool. Forget snow. I don't think the moon has snow. But then again, does it have orange and purple? Eh. You leave that up to your own judgment. And the UFO actually turned out a little bit better than I thought it was going to as well. I thought it was going to be a little tougher putting it together, but, well, to be quite honest with you, it wouldn't stay in this angle. I did have to do some finagling, so I used my normal trick of baking soda and super glue. There was a crater right here, so I filled it with super glue. I put the stick in there and then sprinkled some baking soda in there until it crystallized and got hard. And then I just did some paint touch-ups. And now you can pick the base up by it. It's not going anywhere. It's solid. And just glued the UFO to the other end of the stick, and that worked out just fine. And I think that's pretty cool, having the laser shot come down and just miss our Luna Patrol officer guy. But yeah, so that is the kit completed, guys. Go ahead and let me know what you think down in the comments. Leave feedback, thumbs up, thumbs down. All feedback to the Creep is positive. And like I said earlier, Willie or RK, if there's any others, send them my way. I'll give you a few bucks. I'm PayPal ready. I would like to have a whole line of these up on my shelf with my Atari 2600 stuff. Or, whatever you chose to do. But this was such a fun and great kit, and I'm so glad that you put it together. And in your video, which I will link at the end of this, when RK puts his together, he said it was a no-brainer, and how some of these video game, vehicles and creatures never got model kits is beyond him, and I agree with him. I wish they had come out, and maybe we can make this a thing. So yeah, go ahead and leave your thoughts down below, guys. Thank you always so much for watching. I genuinely do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great weekend so far, and until next time, take care, creep it real, and bye-bye.